I put a little video together. It's some immigration stuff out of Seattle. It used to be crazy, and now it's gone completely nuts.
This weekend, 8 Democratic members of Congress representing Washington State sent a letter to Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly. In the letter, they expressed concern over the detention of a DACA recipient here in Seattle. Now, ICE agents arrested 23-year-old Daniel Ramirez Medina last Friday in his Des Moines home. Agents were there executing a warrant for his father's arrest, who is undocumented. But Ramirez is legally allowed to be in the U.S. under the DACA immigration policy. It's a permit to live, work, and study in the U.S. without fear of deportation. But in these court documents, we learned the Department of Homeland Security argues Ramirez is a self-admitted gang member with a gang tattoo to match. His lawyers deny those allegations. In a lawsuit, Ramirez's lawyers claim his constitutional rights were violated when he was arrested and detained. Yesterday, a federal court judge ruled this case must go before an immigration judge. He expedited that court proceeding to happen in the next week. So about that letter.
So they're gonna hang on here. They're gonna, just to be clear on this, Seattle's trying to get it. Maybe, you know, if they're lucky, they'll get it to the 9th Circuit, and they can get the kind of ruling that they expect out of those. That'll be nice. The kind of ruling they expect out of those liberals. Whew, that was hard. So this guy's got constitutional rights that they're talking about, his lawyers are talking about. That being, I assume we're talking about the Mexican Constitution, that being arrested on immigration charges in accordance with federal law violates his Mexican constitutional rights. That's just stupid and insane. It's crazy talk. After 8 years of not having any enforcement, of not having an immigration policy, have they all forgotten what it's like? I mean, this guy, he's 16, so he never knew. It's time for him to learn. Time for all of them to learn. And maybe they're getting that education now. Hopefully they are. Hopefully these nuts in Seattle are getting the same kind of training. They certainly, obviously need it.
Detention center in Tacoma sparked several protests from Seattle to New York City. Supporters argue Ramirez went through thorough vetting to be twice issued his DACA permit. Now here is some of what Senator Maria Cantwell, Senator Patty Murray.
Okay, he went through vetting twice, and they missed his gang tattoo twice. Or, you know, maybe he got it afterwards. If he got it afterwards, he should know better, because he when he got his DACA status, he was told, you know, gang affiliation disqualifies you, and it expedites your return back to where you belong. So either he's a real idiot and a real hardcore gang member who didn't care, figured he had the system beat, or he got away with it twice. Or a shirt, he didn't go in shirtless probably, and maybe if it's on his neck, he had a high collar on, or a scarf if he identifies as a woman, or maybe as being flamboyant, or, you know, if it's on his face like some of these do, he could have worn a burqa. So the vetting isn't what it needs to be, and I'll show you why here in a second. It's really nothing. It's really nothing. It's it's the honor system. They take you at face value, basically.
Murray and 6 Democratic U.S. House Representatives are asking from Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly a detailed description of any change in ICE policy that allows the detention of DACA recipients, and of how ICE conducts and oversees its enforcement action. The lawmakers also want a copy of ICE standard practices used during raids, and a description of how ICE agents here in Washington interpret President Trump's executive order as it pertains to DACA recipients. Immigration and Customs.
Don't you love that? How they interpret his executive order? It's written in English. They shouldn't need an interpreter. and if they need one, let them finance it themselves. They're a friggin' senator and Congress people. They ought to be able to handle. They've probably got some people that are capable. Well, I mean, what they're doing here is just obstructing. It's just obstruction. The obstruction used to come from within DHS when Johnson and the criminals were in charge. Now it's coming from outside now that the good guys are in charge. But there's always obstruction with the Democrats, no matter what. They're going to obstruct, and that's what they're doing. And they're trying to overburden them, and also they want to try to catch them on a technicality, or tell them that they, give them, hey, you violated that. That's not the way you told us you were going to enforce it. So that later they can come back and challenge them and get in the way and drag things out even further. It's anti-progress. They don't want the agenda. They don't want Trump to succeed because that means they fail, and it's not a matter of competition. He's opposed to everything they represent because they're anti-American and he's pro-American. So it's not a friendly competition at all. It's he's going to win, we're going to win, they're going to go away and maybe go to jail. That's what that is.